Really proud of our team for how we responded in the second half. Obviously, we did not get off to a great start. I was pretty disappointed in how we started the game, especially offensively. Defensively, I didn't think we played good first quarter at all, but settled in. And I thought from the second quarter on, we were really dominant on defense. Took the game over. Offensively, just could not get in any rhythm in the first half. I mean, we missed a couple of 3rd and 2s, missed throws. And then we dropped probably more balls tonight than any game all year. We probably had at least 7 drops, and I mean big plays, and one of them was a touchdown. So that was pretty disappointing. And then we were so ineffective on 3rd down. A lot of it was we were in 3rd and longs, and so really disappointed in again how we started. But the good news is it's a 4-quarter game, and I thought the guys came out and dominated the second half in all phases. And that was what I was hoping I would see. Challenged them at halftime, and it was good to see them respond. You know, I think we had 17 yards rushing at the half, and finished with over 200. So it was a dominant second half. I think Travis finished with 9 yards of carry, and I think he had .8 at halftime. So it was good. Again, you play 4 quarters. I wish we'd have played perfect for all 4. We did not. But to win 35-6 against a good football team and a quarterback that's going to play on Sunday, I'm really proud of our guys for just, again, how we responded. That's what it's all about. Did a lot of good things in the game. I thought Trevor threw some beautiful balls. Again, unfortunate, we just had too many on the ground. But we had no turnovers, no sacks, and that's a real positive that we can take away. And then again, how we played in the second half and how the guys got it going, especially in the run game in the second half. So a lot of good things. 3rd down, we were 4-7 in the second half. So that's what we needed to do to finish the game and get back, playing the way I know we're capable of playing. And then defensively, again, I thought really from the second quarter on, played really well. 4 sacks. I think that's 4 games in a row we've had 4 sacks or more. Did not get a turnover. We were close a couple times, but good to see Clee. I think he's double digits in sacks now. He had a couple. Christian had 1. Muse had 1. So a lot of good things. And again, overall held them to 262 yards. So a lot of good things. And then we punted the ball best we have all year. That's the best average we've had all year long, 45 yards. This was a game, well, early we were backed up a good bit, and we had to flip the field, and we were able to do that on more than one occasion. So that was good to see, because a lot of times when we're punting, we punt on a lot of short fields, because our offense typically moves the ball, and our defense typically doesn't get the ball moved against them, and so we have a lot of short fields and a lot of sky punts. But tonight we had some long fields to punt the ball on, and I thought Will did a great job, and even Carson came in and had a great punt in his opportunity. So good to see that. Good to see Potter kick the ball off the way they did, and just a lot of good stuff, man. I mean, at the end of the day, they've been playing football at Clemson for a long, long time, and this is the 4th 11-0 team in the history. I don't care what school it is. There's not many 11-0 teams in the history of the school. Just a handful, or if any, at most universities. So what a great accomplishment for our guys. And for these seniors on senior night to get their 51st win in 4 years. And that's an ACC record, never been done. Man, I'm just really proud of these guys. I'm really proud of them. They have been unbelievable leaders. And they, from the time they got here and we recruited this class, all 4 years up until this point, this has been just an enjoyable group of young men to be around every single day. And I'm just really proud of them and how they've developed. And every week, they've shown up and they've led this team in a tremendous way. So really proud of our guys. Hunter set the all-time record today for starts for a receiver. Christian set the all-time record for starts for a D tackle, and Mitch set the record for all-time starts for any player at any position. So, it's pretty impressive when you think about, when you sit down and you look on paper what this group of seniors have been able to accomplish in their career. And the good news is they're not done yet. They got a lot more opportunities starting this week. So, excited about the next one, another opportunity to finish up here at home, and can't wait to get back to work on Monday. And I thought the military appreciation was an awesome night. Clemson just does such a phenomenal job, and just the whole pageantry of the evening and the presentation, and how our military is honored. So really cool for our guys to be able to see that, and so great night overall. We're excited to be where we are, and looking forward to Monday.
Do you have an update on Hunter after leaving the game?
He's being evaluated, nothing specific, but he was good in the locker room and all that, but they'll evaluate him and let me know tomorrow.
What adjustments did you make to stop Daniel Jones? Kind of moved the ball in your first quarter, didn't so much the last 3 quarters. Did you do anything different schematically, or was it just execution?
Just execution. He got outside the pocket a couple times, one on a 3rd down, and he's a good player. He can really run. This kid he's got big time talent. But I thought our guys, like I said, after the first quarter, we really settled in. We had a couple busts, turned a couple guys loose. He made some really nice, accurate throws where we had guys there. They had some nice pick plays and created some space for him. And they dropped a few too. They had a couple missed opportunities where he put the ball in a good spot. But he's a good player, but it's just execution, just cleaning up what we were doing, controlling the line of scrimmage. We affected his timing, because when you are playing man coverage and guys are having to work, the timing can be off a little bit, and when your rush can get there, he was having to throw the ball sooner than he wanted or hold it longer than he had to, and that was a big difference.
Coach, undefeated in ACC play for the 2nd time in 40 years. How special of an accomplishment is that?
It's amazing, these guys, I don't know their exact record, but they've won a bunch of ACC games, and I'm just really proud of them. It's hard to do. It's hard to win. And that's why it's like, you walk in and you win 35-6, and you got some people that are disappointed. Shoot, man, it's hard to win. It's hard to win, especially to win 11 in a row and to be undefeated in this league. This is a very difficult league to play in and week out. And our guys have been up to the challenge every game all year long. They've been up to it. And again, we were a little slow to start, but we finished the right way, and it got good momentum going into this week.
Was the message coming out of the locker room to pound the run in the second half?
Yeah, just to be efficient on 1st and 2nd down, and let's establish the run game. We tried to in the first half, but we didn't execute. We had a 4-yard tackle for loss on 1st down, and we just had some poor execution, and then we got out of rhythm with some missed plays, and so we just got settled in, and we converted on 3rd down, and we're able to kind of keep the chains moving a little bit and got it going. Travis got going. He popped a couple of them, and so it was good to see. I thought the 3rd and 9 run by Adam was a big play in the second half as well, which was good to see us run the ball 3rd and long, against all that 2 safety stuff they were playing when they did have us backed up. But just being efficient and executing what we were trying to do. They really weren't doing anything different. Just a matter of us doing what we needed to do.
How big were those 2 plays right before the half with Justin to kind of extend the lead a little bit?
Yeah, it was great. That was one thing we did do. We had a couple nice explosive plays, and we were able to get behind them. But that was a great job, great release by him. The DB jumped outside, and he inside stacked him. And I thought Trevor did a nice job of kind of squeezing the ball, and just giving him a nice catchable ball. We had DK for a touchdown, and just didn't make the play, but he came back and had a nice play. Good to see him come back and respond with a big play in the second half.
Anything in particular you can point to with the drops tonight?
It's a lack of focus, trying to run with it before they catch it. Simple as that. Balls are dropped not with your hands. Balls are dropped with your eyes. You got to finish everything with your eyes, and that's usually what happens. The last 12 inches of the flight of the ball, guys look away. They see too much. They get big eyes instead of little eyes, and finish everything with your eyes. And that's Travis did it. Amari did it a couple times. Same thing with with DK. I thought his hands were low, and it's hard when your hands are low. You don't have peripheral vision. You can't see ball and hand at the same time. So getting his hands up, a little more, just a little fundamental stuff that we can do. But the biggest thing is just guys having little eyes and being locked in with the type of focus that you have to have. I mean, Braden, I mean, that was fixing to be a huge play. I mean, we had 460 yards, and I mean, we had, if we catch half the drops, we're well over 500. So, you know, the good news is these guys have been awesome all year. We've caught the ball well, but this is just one of those nights where we just were inconsistent. And but at the end of the day, you win 35-6.
You mentioned your punt team coming out of the BC game. What did you guys focus on this week to kind of flip that in positive?
What did I do?
You were not happy with your punt team going
Oh,
out.
okay. I didn't know what that word meant.
I'm sorry.
Lamented?
Yeah.
Lamented. That like laminated? I don't know what that is. Lamented.
Lamentations.
New word. Hey man, I'm from Alabama. I mean, it's just a big word. Lamented. I'm gonna write that down. Lamented. I'm gonna tell them I lament y'all. They're gonna look at me just like I'm looking at you, like what? Lamented.
Sorry.
Say it again though. I was mad at the punt team in Boston College.
Yeah, and what'd you fix going into the week?
We just punted the ball better. You know, I mean, Will was just. I thought he took it from the Will's got all the talent in the world, and I mean, we see it. It's just a matter of him becoming on game day what we see in practice. Very similar to Cat Zero. I kind of compare the two. It's just a matter of time before it really becomes consistent for him, and I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, he flipped the field for us and was consistent in doing what we needed him to do, and their returner was very dangerous. That number 3 is a really good player, you know, we covered well up there at BC. Outside of a couple of not great punts, we ran behind the returner on the return. The one touchdown that they had, we just ran behind the guy, and so we netted it up. We played, we covered better, and we were able to get them down on the ground. So we had one great one. I mean, I think we got them down inside the 10-yard line. It was a great play. I believe it was AJ. Who was the guy that went behind him at BC. So good to see him come back and kind of fix his mistake from last week.
Dabo, when Hunter laid out to try to catch that ball, did he come down hard on his head? Did he take a tough blow on his head?
Yeah, he just was kind of out of it a little bit, but he was. They kind of kept him down. He was trying to get up and he was talking, and he was, you know, begging to let him get up, but they were just checking, make sure his neck, and just, you know, I mean, they have to take a lot of precaution. You know, I even asked when he was getting married, and he said April 13th. So his wife Cammie will be happy to know. So yeah, he was, you know, he was good at halftime. He was good after the game. But like I said, you know, they'll do their evaluation of him and let me know tomorrow where he is.
Apparently, you saw on the internet somewhere where, you know, the Cut Cliffs went to their hotel room and they had a gift from you all. Is that correct?
You have to ask my wife that. Is my wife in here? I don't see her. So, Kath, was there a gift at the hotel for the Cut Cliffs?
No. Y'all give one to the Cut Cliffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Okay, where'd y'all get the idea from? Like, just how often does that happen? Just
Kath, you want to come up here?
Always send them a little welcome basket.
Do you always do that?
To the opposing coaches.
You do? Okay. Well, there you go. She always does that. Okay. I ain't got no gifts. Heck we doing? Where's our gifts?
Miss Spurrier always sends us one.
You know what? That's true. Miss Spurrier she did always send us something. That's exactly right. She sure did.
Coach, seeing
Miss Jerry.
how your offense and 2 of your freshmen, and Lawrence and Ross, were able to kind of get the momentum going there in the second half, how encouraging is it for you as a coach, you know, on a night where you're now winning a senior class in Clemson history was recognized?
To have freshmen making big plays like
Right,
that,
yeah.
isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's great. You know, I mean, I think that's what it's all about because, you know, obviously in college football you're going to have guys leave every year, and so you know we feel like we've done a good job. Just like when a lot of these guys came in here, they made impacts as freshmen, and obviously Trevor is just a special player, and Justin Ross is as well, and has been all year. Both those guys have been great all year long. So it's good, because it's a team effort, and those seniors can't do it by themselves, just like when they were freshmen trying to help that senior group. So it's a collective effort, but it's exciting to know that with the amount of guys that will be leaving in this class and the talent in this class, that we're still going to have a few players that can make a first down around here and hopefully make a tackle too.
Dabo, did Mitch Hyatt feel okay on that?
Yeah, he did a good job. He was a little banged up all week at practice, so we limited him a little bit throughout the week. But yeah, he did a good job. Did a good job for us.
Coach Duke was one of the best red zone defenses in the country coming in. You were 3 for 3
Yeah.
in red zone, 3 touchdowns.
That was a positive.
Yeah, I can imagine you're pretty pleased with that.
I was. That was one real positive. 3 for 3. Again, I'm kind of looking at how we finished. 4 of 7 on third down in the second half. Ran the ball effectively, like I thought we should have the whole game. We made some big plays. Defensively, we were dominant, and we were really good in the red zone. So there was a lot of good momentum coming out of the game, for sure.
Did Duke throw any surprises at you early in the game, or was it just stuff
Not
you wasn't
really.
expecting?
Not really. I mean, they pretty much did what we expected them to do. They played probably more too deep than we anticipated because we helped them. Because we were a lot of third and longs, and so we hoped to be a little bit more on schedule, but we had a lot of third and long situations.
Dabo, I think the last non-garbage time touchdown your defense has allowed was Syracuse, which was kind of a long time ago. How remarkable.
It's amazing. These guys they're phenomenal. I mean, they're just hard. It's hard. I mean, like that one field goal they got, they came off I think they were on the 2-yard line with the penalty. We punted the ball, and then the penalty, or like on the 2-yard line, and they moved the ball all the way down the field and ended up having to settle for the field goal. It's hard. I mean, they got points, and we were disappointed with that. But this bunch is hard. It's hard to cross the goal line on them. Even when you get down in there was a couple other times where they got down there in really good field position with first down situations. And we came up with a play. We knocked them back. We got a sack, and so they're a really talented group, but they're obviously well coached. Brent and our staff do a great job there, but they like playing. They like playing, and they're not bashful at all, especially when they get in some of those situations. They don't panic. They don't flinch. They all feel like they can make a play. And those guys up front are just special, man. I mean, Christian was awesome tonight, and Clee, awesome. I mean, all of them. So just 4 games in a row with 4+ sacks, that kind of sets the tempo for everything, and it just creates a hurriness in the opponent that you don't really like. So it's a big bonus for us when you can win in the line of scrimmage like that.
Is it fitting for Christian and Cleveland to be as dominant as they were on senior night after they were honored?
Absolutely. And Christian, my first ever 2-time curtain call senior, got to come down the hill twice on senior day as a graduate twice. So that was pretty cool moment for him. And those guys are all so happy they came back. And it's really cool to see them having so much fun, and for sure to see them have the type of game that they had tonight on senior night, and all the families that were there. And there's always a lot of emotion in this game, and that's one of the reasons I moved it. When we do play South Carolina at home, because it just is. I mean, these guys were young men when they got here, and they've put a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and a lot of work, and it's emotional. But emotion don't win. Execution wins. And so I was really proud of those guys for kind of settling in and leading the way.
Coach, we got to talk to Greg tonight as well. Do you feel like he's an underrated member of this team for how solid he is?
Hugel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Hugel's, we hadn't really had to use him a whole lot this year. We've scored a bunch of touchdowns, so he's kicked a lot of extra points, but we haven't had to have many field goals. That's why I thought last week was great for him, because it was on the road. He needed it. It was going to be a tough, hard-nosed game, bad conditions and all that. And for him to have to go out there and make a couple kicks for us last week in the red zone was huge. But we just haven't had to kick many field goals this year. But he's definitely one of our underrated guys, and he's a great leader. You know, Greg's a kicker, and a lot of times you don't feel like the kicker maybe is one of the leaders, but Greg is one of the most respected players that we have in that locker room. I mean, these guys love Hugo. He's earned everybody's respect. He's tough, and you know, he's one of those guys that kind of crosses over offense, defense, special teams. He's just an awesome young man and a great leader for us.
Coach, you brought Dixon in when the score was still relatively close tonight. Are you getting to more of a comfort level with him? Where did you bring him in earlier?
Yeah, and you know, he had a situation there, just, you know, opportunity for him to grow. Didn't quite know the situation, you know, and he kind of bounced it, and he really needed to stick his foot in the ground and get it, you know, instead of losing a yard or not getting anything. We had a very makeable situation right there, but he's just got to be patient and realize that we can't hit the home run every time. You know, I mean, there's some singles are okay too, from time to time. And he's just a guy right now swinging for the fence every single time he gets in the box. And, you know, every now and then we got to lay one down and move the runner. But I love his mindset. I love his mentality. And we're definitely more comfortable with him, you know, with some of our core offense.
Is that similar to how Travis Etienne was last year?
Yeah, they're very similar in a lot of ways. They're very similar. The difference is, you know, we didn't have Travis Etienne last year. You know, we didn't have a Travis Etienne situation. You know, we were kind of starting over at the position. We're a more experienced group this year. You know, last year Feaster was a first-year starter. Adam was kind of getting back going, and obviously Travis was a true freshman. So this is just a different group, man. Feaster's got experience. Travis is you know, just special, and Adam has had a great year for us. He's had a great year. So just a different makeup to the room as opposed to where we were last year.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys. Thank y'all.